Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me today. I'm Aja McClanahan with Principles of Increase, where I help you discover and explore ways to increase in different areas of your life. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So glad that you could join me today. This is going to hopefully be a pretty quick video because I'm out and about and hopefully it's not too noisy and you can hear me. But I wanted to give an update after my last video where I kind of left everyone hanging. I talked about the rentals I had to prepare before I was leaving Puerto Rico. So yes, it's true. I am leaving Puerto Rico. I have left Puerto Rico and I'm actually right now in, drum roll, can anyone guess based on the background? But before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video, let's take a moment so you can hear a message from one of the channel sponsors. If you're a digital nomad or like me, spend lots of time traveling, listen up. What I'm about to tell you will change your life. Introducing Genki, the ultimate health insurance for world explorers just like you. Imagine roaming the globe without a care, knowing you're covered for any medical emergency. From scooter mishaps to tropical illnesses, Genki's got your back. With instant sign-up and quick claims, you can focus on your adventures, not paperwork. Don't let health worries hold you back. Choose Genki and travel with confidence. To get your free quote, just screenshot the QR code that you see here or check out the link in the description below. I am actually in London, England. So how did I get here? Well, I'll start with the reasons I left Puerto Rico. The first reason is that I knew Puerto Rico was actually going to be temporary for me. I left Florida after living there a year and a half, set up Airbnb, now it's a long-term rental there. Then I came to Puerto Rico to do some renovations on the single family house that I had, and also had a client who got a property there and I helped do some setup there. But the vision when I first got to Puerto Rico was to just be there 2 to 3 years, get done with prepping that home so that I can convert it from Airbnb to a long-term rental and then go somewhere else. My plan actually was to go to a low cost of living country, and last year I visited places like France, Madrid. I had been researching places like Brazil and even some of the Southeast Asian countries because my goal, as I've said before, is to kind of dig out of some of this divorce debt and just, life things that have happened to me since I separated and got divorced. And so my next goal was to do some geo arbitrage, which is basically you earn money in one currency, a stronger currency, and then you go somewhere where things are cheaper and maybe there's a weaker currency and you use the difference to pay down debt, invest, whatever. So that was the plan, but I ended up in the UK. And essentially that happened because when we visited last year, my daughters came and everything, we were kind of scoping out different things, and UK was really just supposed to be a leg on the trip, just so we can say, hey, we went to London, we visited England. And when we got back, I threw around the idea with my youngest daughter, like, hey, you can go to boarding school there. And she said, I'd do that. And we thought about it. So that's what I'm here for. She actually got accepted into a boarding school. And my plan is to stay here with her as long as I possibly can. I didn't research very well some of the rules regarding like how to get a visa, how to stay long-term, because you need the right to rent, the right to work, and a lot of other things. So my daughter's going to be fine because she'll get like a student visa or a child visa. And for me to stay here may take like a little bit of finagling. So that's what I'm kind of figuring out. The good news is that I can be here on a tourist visa for 6 months. The kind of, okay news is that I understand, unless if someone knows about the UK or has been here, please chime in, give me some tips and resources. I'm really at a loss. Again, most of my research was for places like digital nomad visas in Spain and Brazil and maybe Colombia. looking at some of those different residency programs in Dominican Republic. So this is a really kind of like last minute decision. Well, not last minute because we actually started planning it since last year, but I just took for granted that I'm like, oh, it's an English speaking country. I have an American passport. Things will work out. But as of recently, they've implemented some new immigration laws. And so you just have to comply with all that. So I'll see how long I can stay, and hopefully it'll work out. If not, I have some plan. I have some other things that I can do, and so yeah, that's that's the whole story of why I left Puerto Rico. It wasn't because I was like disillusioned or jaded, although I was excited to leave the hot weather because I haven't. Look, I've got fall fashion on. I've got like a sweater on. I got jeans, and I honestly miss this. When I lived in Chicago, I would always say, I cannot wait for the day that I can leave the cold. I don't need to see the leaves change. I don't have to go to apple orchards and drink my pumpkin spice lattes when the fall comes around. That was a lie, because as soon as I got to Florida, I think the first year when it got to November and it was still like hot and summery, I was like, I was already done. So my ultimate vision has always been to split time between a warm climate and like a temperate climate. So I've got the warm climate down pat. So the last few years I have been kind of pining for the temperate climate. So I don't know if I'll stay in London because the cost of living is higher. And on top of that, the currency is, I mean, everything is basically 30% cheaper. If you see a price, just calculate 30 to 35%. If you see something for, I don't know, 10 pounds, just add another $3.50 to that, and it's 13.5 pounds, something like that. The exchange rate does change, but lately it's been around 30 to 35% more expensive. However, on the flip side, being an American citizen, or having my U.S. passport, being a resident of the States, I do have higher earning potential when it comes to like freelance writing, or even if I were to get a remote job. So that's encouraging. So if I got a remote job making like 85, 90, 100K, yes, the spending power is reduced here, but that would actually put me on par with the salaries and the earnings of people who live here. So that's kind of like the silver lining. And you all, I will tell you, as a financial writer, this was really a tough move for me because it goes against a lot of the things that I've always believed in. I've always advocated for living inexpensively, doing things the easy way, the financially savvy way. And sometimes you just have to make decisions that maybe depart from that. And I know full well, I know much better than what I'm doing now, but there's this other side, finances, personal finance, first of all, is personal. And then as a person of faith, you have to just listen to the leading of the Lord and the Holy Spirit, where there's even a scripture that says that God chooses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. So this does feel like a somewhat foolish move after all the things that I've preached and I've teached or taught to other people. But yeah, hopefully you guys can follow along with me, and we'll just see how this goes. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. I am sitting here kind of at a loss, like, how did I end up here? But I'm hopeful. It's just another challenge that I will have to believe God through, that I'll have to strengthen my faith in. So I'm excited. Okay, real quick, sorry for that abrupt interruption, but I have to get in one more sponsor video. And you all, if you are enjoying this content, please like, subscribe, share, get into my newsletter, follow me on Instagram, and check out some of the links below, because when you click on those links and you subscribe to those services, it helps me keep delivering this interesting content so that you can learn about different principles that increase you in different areas of your life. Tired of dealing with mail? Whether you're traveling the world or just want to simplify your life, Traveling Mailbox has you covered. It's the game changer you didn't know you needed. With Traveling Mailbox, managing your mail becomes effortless and secure. Instead of spending hours opening, scanning, or shredding mail yourself, Traveling Mailbox does it all for you. Every piece is scanned, giving you instant notifications so that you can read, save, or discard it with just a click.
After switching to traveling mailbox, I couldn't be happier. My wake-up call came after missing a critical life insurance notice while traveling, causing my policy to be canceled. To make matters worse, I almost racked up more IRS debt and fees after missing their notifications too. Now with traveling mailbox, I have peace of mind. I no longer waste time driving to a PO box or dealing with tedious manual mail processes. Need a package forwarded anywhere? Consider it done. Have checks that need depositing? Traveling Mailbox securely mails them straight to your bank of choice. It's the ultimate time saver for personal and business use. Plus, it costs less than a traditional P.O. box, which can run over $200 a year in many cities. And that's without all the services that Traveling Mailbox offers you. USPS Informed Delivery, it doesn't come close. Traveling Mailbox has made managing my mail smarter, safer, and more affordable. With discounts like 2 months free for life when you pay annually, it's never been a better time to make the switch. Simplify your life and protect your peace of mind. Traveling Mailbox has you covered. To simplify your life, you can start your Traveling Mailbox subscription today. Simply scan the QR code that you see on your screen, or you can click the affiliate link below. You can also visit my website, www.principlesofincrease.com/traveling mailbox.
So thanks again for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you in the next video.